J.P. Morgan and Goldman Sachs are both forecasting $3,000 an ounce gold and paltry returns for stocks. Call the proud Americans of the Patriot Gold Group today before it's too late. Call 888-753-1647 for a free investor guide today. Patriot Gold Group is Consumer Affairs' top-rated gold IRA dealer 7 years in a row. Call 888-753-1647. Good afternoon. I'm still reporting on making America greater than ever before. A conservative party in Greenland surprisingly won the majority of seats in Parliament in their election yesterday. The surprise victory is seen as a sudden blossoming of pro-U.S. support in the wake of President Trump's recent State of the Nation speech, where he offered statehood for the frozen giant off the east coast of Canada. Greenland is huge. It's more than 3 times the size of Texas and about 25% bigger than even Alaska.
Thousands of miles north of the U.S., Greenland just saw its opposition party win the majority of seats in Parliament.
Yeah, that's right. So the Democratic Party, which supports drawing in businesses and a slow transition to independence, beat the Democratic Socialist Party, scoring a surprise victory in an election centered around President Trump's calls to take full control of the island.
So for more, let's welcome in former ambassador to Denmark and Greenland and vice chair of the America First Policy Institute's Center for Energy and Environment, Carla Sand.
Well, hi, Mark and Charla. It's really a new day in Greenland. You can see 84% of the people that live there want to go independent. Some of them want it now, and that's the party that just lost with about 24.5% of the vote. But the party that won almost 30% is that Democratic, that party that is pro-growth, pro-business. And it's a center-right party, which Greenland's always been a little more, in my time, center-left or hard left, more Marxist. And so this is really exciting because President Trump, he wants to make a deal. If Greenland is going independent and Greenlanders want prosperity, there's no better partner to have than the United States, and they can cut a good deal. And certainly in the way that, Greenlanders prefer, because we, the United States, can defend Greenland, and we can also help them develop it. Denmark hasn't been able, they're incapable of defending or developing Greenland. They've never shown an interest in history really developing Greenland. It's just been kind of languishing with welfare payments from Denmark every year of about $600 million.
And I also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland. We strongly support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it.
Madam Ambassador, what did you make of his comments there?
Well, I think he's making an opening offer to the people of Greenland. Denmark, this is very upsetting and unsettling to Denmark because Greenland has been part of their kingdom. But like I said before, Denmark can't afford to develop or defend Greenland. It's like owning an asset you can't afford to own. And certainly we love Denmark. They're great NATO allies, and they've been, diplomatic partners for over 200 years. But reality is reality, and the status quo is unsustainable. President Trump's suggestion is common sense because China is trying to make inroads in Greenland. They tried to bring them into their Belt and Road Initiative, and Chinese and Russian ships are all around Greenland and subs. And then we have the Russians doing things like cutting their underseas cables. They're not able to defend against this. Well, the United States has the capacity to defend and harden Greenland's defense and the seas around Greenland.
You mentioned the strategic advantage of its location. Obviously, a lot of Russian naval activity has to come down through that area to get to the Atlantic, to get to the U.S., but also the mineral values which are there. And as we've seen with Ukraine, now we're seeing with Greenland, the president is very focused on mineral deals. Do you think he'll be able to make that deal between Greenland and the United States?
Well, there's no infrastructure in Greenland. It literally has no roads between any towns. So it would take a lot of resources to be able to harvest those minerals. And Greenland has really, because it's such a tiny population, they've really hewed to the UN sustainable goals. They've said we're not going to harvest any oil or gas, where they're sitting on a lot of oil and gas as well as rare earth minerals. So I think that there will have to be conversations with the United States and also with the people of Greenland. For instance, these UN sustainable goals are really, they're anti-human, they're Marxist, and they're actually about deindustrializing the world. And so we need more energy. We all need rare earth minerals. We want to see the people of Greenland prosper and be able to live the Greenlandic dream, just like the American people want to prosper and live the American dream. And President Trump is showing the way by, promoting oil and gas, reliable energy, by pivoting away from types of energy that really empower and enrich the Chinese Communist Party, like windmills and solar panels. So Greenland has maybe some conversations to have so that they can actually pivot to supporting the people of Greenland, not international organizations' goals that are really controlled by the PRC and specifically the Chinese Communist Party.
I'm still reporting from just outside the citadel of world freedom. Good day.